All right, part 2 of the notes, baby. Let's get it done. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's good. We are back for day 3 of the fundraiser. Part 2 of the note reading. Got a lot of messages. A lot of laughs in the last couple days. How's everyone doing? Taylor, Karen in the Valley, Karen Garson. Hey Tay, what's up? Good to see you guys here. I am currently working on something at the moment. We will wait for people to get here and then we will continue on. Wonder why top donator isn't up. How's everybody doing? Min Kim, what's up? Shu, what's up? We're checking some things out real quick before I get rolling today. Interesting. See, I feel like Liv is about to text me. Elamea. Doing okay? Hope I've been doing well. I've been doing pretty good. Yesterday was pretty fun. Today was rough, but overall not bad. Overall not bad. How was the hangover? I slept through the entire thing. I don't even know. I woke up, took Cassie to work, came home, and passed right back out. So it was a fun night. It's a fun night for sure. I woke up this morning and everything was groggy, but you know, it's to be expected considering. No, but we had a good night last night. I lost. I didn't win. It's kind of upset with that, but that's okay. Heath played a good game. Y'all give me 1 second. I just... when you type in emojis on Twitter, it doesn't come up unless you, like, physically put them in. It's kind of weird. So, anyway. Excuse ASMR real quick. Y'all know me. Got some candy, as always. Whoever made the decision to make green Skittles, green apple flavor, I hate you. And that's a strong word, but I really did like lime. And you just had to take it away from me. Saw your dad for the first time in like a year or two today. His hair is like long. He's gotten soft in his old age. What's up, Nafisa? Back off the green apple Skittles, Brad. Look, you want to put a stink bug in your mouth, you go right ahead. Because that's exactly what they taste like. About sour Skittles, though, I don't eat them too much. What's up, Elga? Tristan just passing by. It will not last longer. I have something to do. No worries. We want to fight? No. But facts are facts. Let's agree to disagree. We all have our favorites. I don't normally knock food, but never been a fan of the green apple. So, say goodnight, family. What's up, Chris? We'll see you later, I guess. I didn't even know you were in here. We're waiting on something right now, you guys. I'll be ready to go here in just a minute. I got something I'm working on. I'm waiting for something to process real quick. How's everybody doing? Besides the ones who have already answered. Anything interesting happened today? I found out today that an ex-coworker of mine, we went and saw him like 2 weeks ago, me and Keith. Found out today he's got COVID. And he says it's no joke. But he's past the worst part of it. So. Yeah. It does suck, but he's just like, watch yourself. Be careful, try to stay at home if you can. Because it's no fun. What's amazing is that I won't say he's in his 60s. No, I mean, cry like a baby for 10 minutes? Nah. How did I do that? Oh, shit. No. Not for you. Sorry, I dropped some Skittles and Asia was on the hunt. I dropped 2 of them and I'm missing 1. Not good. I think Texas is at 1,000 deaths. Oh, we're way past 1,000 deaths. Maybe 1,000 a day. Sorry. I had to make sure I picked that up so she didn't eat it. Yeah, we're like 1,000 a day. You might be right. Maybe it's 1,000 overall. I don't know. I'm not good with stats. No. Oh, on Patreon? That's what you're talking about, Chris? What's up, Sarah, with an H? Sophia, what's up? You said, oh, the announcement for August 21st? I know, it's awesome, right? Got a lot to catch up on. 3 weeks. So, best friend who's a nurse in Florida told me her brother got COVID and went through the worst and feeling better, but now his 11-year-old daughter has it. No symptoms yet, but positive. Oh, man. Move fast? I can't move fast. I'm gonna miss something. I wish I could go fast. Like, we'd have to not watch a lot of things. So. Man, this thing needs to hurry up, dude. Mm-hmm. Okay. Slide this over here for now. I got to find something. Like, I think it's really cool that it's gonna be in English. Like, I was really pumped about that. I was like, dude, we've never, like, heard, you know? Like, it's finally happening. It's crazy. No Asia. Begging for food and drinks all day long. So, do that. That. Alright, so here is the link. It's in the description, but I'm going to post it again. If you do want to make a donation to the fundraiser I got going on, you can click there and make a donation. We are going to find these notes real quick. Let me see. I'm going to have to open up my Discord to find that. Asia, get down, baby. I love you, but get down. Yeah. Alright, and see if I can find it. This one. Alright. Hang on, you guys. I'm trying to multitask here. Y'all know I'm not good at it. Oh, and here. My hips are hurting. Why is this a thing? Allergies? I don't know. Seasonal temperatures dropping up, going up and down. I have no idea. So we just got through with this hurricane that barely rolled through our area. Like, I was upset about that. I really was looking forward to like just a ton of rain, and it never happened. And then it like rained for a little bit today. That was it. So, I blame my hips hurting on allergies. Yeah, you can blame anything on allergies. Oh, this is taking so long, dude. So, oh, all right. So, how many of you were here for the last stream? For the notes part 1 that we did? I left the stream up, so if you guys wanted to go check it out, you could. But we reviewed a few things. I did find out that there might have been some things missing. A lot of you came through and helped me out with some links. Appreciate that. I will be reviewing them probably on my own time. If I find something interesting, I will pop it up in a video. Excuse me, in a video. Apologize for that, guys. It came out of nowhere. But definitely appreciate everyone who sent me some information. So, I think it's going to be amazing. BTS made the decision on their own terms in making this in English, so it's going to be very special. I think it will be very special. I think it'll probably, like, for all the people who've never given it a chance, this is going to be a time for, you know, the rest of America to give it a chance, and I think they're gonna do well. Oh. Hopefully it gets received well. That's my hope. So. Gonna be bugging the crap out of radio stations. Yeah, if y'all don't hit those phones and request lines, then we're doing something wrong. We gotta support, get it out there, make sure everybody hears it. So share it on social media, all of that good jazz. Isn't it gonna be like the iHeart music festival? Is what they said they were gonna do. So maybe I'm tripping. Asia. She's hit my mic stand. she's being a pain in the butt right now. She's being very naggy. But they're scheduled for iHeart in September. No idea what they are performing now. Oh, okay, so that'll be perfect timing. That's good publicity. The release on the 21st, and then possibly being in the area for September would be great. That would be great, and that's all things considered. That's hoping that the concert follows through. You know what I'm saying? So. She is over here licking me nonstop. Yes, talk about you, dog. So, okay, let me see. Let's see how much we've got to read today. Not much, from about the same amount as last time. Okay. What year is this? Year 10 through 19 is what we're doing today. That'll work. They perform the single Dionysus in your eyes tell. Oh, okay. Hopefully I'll be able to watch most of it. We'll see what happens with release. I'm gonna be recording tomorrow. Well, tomorrow Cassie's home. Tuesday Cassie's home. So we'll be recording this week. I'm gonna see if she will let me have the room for like an hour or two so I can get some videos out. You guys, I hate to make her go in the other room to watch television, but I mean, I've got stuff I've got to take care of today too, for the channel too. So we'll see. We'll see. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. Let's see. And let's make sure it's set to the right page. I don't want it to grab the wrong thing. Not the right thing, is it? There we go. Yeah, that's it. Done. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Everything's so crazy on this screen. Why is it not showing up? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's fix some things and we'll get started. Make sure we do all of this. Hey, just stop. 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 Asia. Jesus. Hey, quit it. So this is my house. This is my house, quit. Okay, there we are. Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna move myself over. Here. Yeah. Go. I'm gonna make this just a little bit longer. I think a page a pop is good. Let me catch up with you guys real quick. I was just making a joke. I have no idea what they have planned. What's up, Zahida? Welcome. Welcome back. Making great progress too. You might experience your first comeback. Oh, it would be so great. It would be so great. We'll see what happens though. Taylor, we'll see you later. Have a good night. Asia's house. You live in it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I need to make sure that I got this. Get this link. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this thing done. We're just about finished. I gotta go to Patreon to do this, so Do this and bring it over here. Keep that under wraps for now. New video, add URL, paste, good. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Got that done. Y'all have a new video to watch on Patreon when you're done with this. So today we're gonna do year 10 through 19. This is the second part. But what I have, we will go through everything else once I get everything straight. If I miss anything, I will be sure to include it in the video. You guys don't freak out, you know. I understand y'all mean well and y'all just helping, and I really appreciate that. But this is what I got in front of me, so this is what we're gonna do today. So I will have questions as I go along. We'll discuss it as I go along. And no spoilers, please. That's all I ask. No spoilers. You guys know I'm not a big fan of spoilers. I don't think anybody is. But I would like to read as much of this and decipher as much of it as possible for myself. And then anything that we miss or anything that I really need to stare hard at is going to come together in the video. I'm sure you know how I am when I'm doing my own personal analysis. I like to dig. And we're just going through this to you know, to read it, get a grasp of what's going on, and see if we can piece anything together just outright, you know. So, y'all ready? What's the fundraiser? So Victoria Wilson is a longtime viewer. She's been with me since 67 or 63 subs, somewhere around there, and she supported me and everything. She's been a follower on Twitter. She's been a Patreon member since it opened. She's been to like almost every single one of my streams. She's having some difficulties right now because she's got some intracranial hypertension going on in her brain. It's pushing on her optic nerve, and she's having crazy headaches, and she's what is it? It's causing blindness. Like she's losing her vision because of it. So she's having an operation sometime in the next couple weeks, and she's got the money, like insurance has it, everything covered for medical and stuff, but she's trying to raise money so that her parents have a place to stay while she's in hospital. Hey, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Let me do this because I've been working on this. Yeah, we have a method we do here now. We gotta bust out the chipmunk, man. Put him over me. There we go. Y'all know what comes next, right? Donate as soon as you get paid. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's not a big deal. We're just doing what we can until it's time for her to go, and then hopefully it'll ease a little bit of pressure off the family for a little bit. You know, give them a easier time with this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started reading, guys. Appreciate that donation, Chris. Thank you. Appreciate everybody who's donated. We're gonna start with Hosak. Hosak, 23rd of July, year 10. When I counted to 3, I heard the sound of laughter like a hallucination. Wait, didn't we read this already? Yeah, we read 10 through 19. We're going to the next one. Year 20. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're going to do year 20. Oh. So we'll start with Tae Young. 20th of March, year 20. I slid down the corridor, a rhythmic sound on the floors, and then I stopped. I could see Namjoon standing in front of our classroom. Standing in front of our classroom. Though nobody knew, I called that place our classroom. Me and the others, the classroom for us 7. I approached silently. I was thinking of surprising him. Principal! As I took my footstep or so through the silent Through the slightly open classroom window, a hurried voice could be heard. It seemed like Seokjin. Was it that Seokjin was speaking to the principal in our classroom? Why? Then I could hear Yoongi's and my name, and Namjoon sucking in a surprised breath. As if he could hear my noiseless footsteps, Seokjin threw open the door. I couldn't see Namjoon's expression. I hid and watched them as Seokjin opened his mouth. As if to deny something, Namjoon held up his hand and spoke. "What's up, Keith, man?" "It's okay," Seokjin made an expression as if confused. "There must have been a reason for you to say, with those words." Namjoon swept past Seokjin. I could not believe it. Seokjin told the principal about the things Yoongi and I had done in the past few days. He explained everything. That we had skipped class, jumped over the barrier, and had fought with some kids, but Namjoon had told us we would be okay. Hold up. Jin snitched? What? I'm so let down right now. Jin snitched. I mean, I understand the pressure of everything going on with, like, his dad and stuff, but, like, come on. What are you doing here? Turning around in surprise. I realized it was Hoseok and Jimin. Hoseok pretended to be even more surprised as he hung his arm around my shoulder. Suddenly, he dragged me into the classroom. Namjoon and Seokjin were speaking to each other before looking back to see us, and Seokjin awkwardly stood up before saying he had to take care of something and then left. I studied Namjoon's expression. He watched Seokjin's back as he left, and then looked at us with a smile as if nothing had happened. At that moment, I realized something. There must be a reason why he's acting like that. He knows more than me, is smarter than me, and is way more of an adult than me, and this is our classroom. I posted a square smile on my face, the one everyone laughed at me for saying I looked like an idiot, and walked into the classroom. I decided not to tell anyone that I had heard that conversation. Why would he not say anything? Is it because he doesn't know and he doesn't want to be that person to like speak even though he doesn't know? Because I know a bunch of people, they'd hear somebody snitch and be like, that guy right there just called everyone out or got all of us in trouble. Like, why would he snitch, dude? Okay, try not to, I don't want to overreact. There's a reason, right? There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason. Yo, what's up, Keith? How was your day today, dude? Hopefully you were feeling alright. There is a reason? Okay. Okay. That's all I need to hear. Oh, that's... I don't know, man. It's kind of shady. Shady. Having tech issues? What kind of tech issues? Now I'm curious. I wonder what kind of issue. Getting kicked off? I got the bitrate set where they said it should be. I don't know. How's everybody else's looking? Do I need to reset it? Are we good? Do I need to fix anything? It's your internet? Oh, I'm sorry. Just saw my reaction video to last night's video. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you liked it, but you know. Let's see. June 15th of May, year 20. I went to the warehouse classroom that we claimed as our secret base. We always went there. I picked up a few chairs and I made my way in. I set the toppled over table upright and patted off the dust on top of it with my palm. To humans, separation is always sentimental. Today was the last day of school and also 2 weeks until we'd move away. I didn't know if I would ever come back here or whether I would be able to see my friends again. I folded the paper in half and placed it on the table. Although I held a pen in my hand, I didn't know what to write. Time passed. After writing some meaningless words, the pencil lead broke without a sound. You must survive. In quotation marks. That's interesting. You must survive. Wait a second. I didn't know if I ever got this. Folded paper and placed it on the table. Although I held a pen in my hand, I didn't know what to write. Time passed by, and after writing some meaningless words, the pencil lead broke without a sound. You must survive. I unconsciously doodled those words onto the paper. Okay, so he drew those words on the paper. I didn't know if someone was speaking to him or if he was writing it down. Among all dark lead, powder, and doodling, I was suddenly reminded of poverty, parents, friends, moving, and other messy things. That's gotta mean something, though, because he put it by itself. You must survive. Interesting. Alright, Marjorie, love you too. Okay. I folded the paper into a ball, put it into my pocket, and got up from my seat. Dust was everywhere again. When I put the table back, as I got ready to leave, I fogged up the window with my breath and wrote 4 words. It was not enough at that moment, but it could be conveyed to everyone even if unsaid. We will meet again. I hope that this could be a promise between us. It's almost like an unwritten, it's almost like a feeling. Like you don't have to see it for it to be there. Because, when you write something on a window, it like the fog will disappear and the words will sort of disappear. Like you'll have the dirt of what you traced on the window, right? But yeah, that's cool. It's like it's something you don't see, but you know is there. So yeah, the message is seen in music videos too. I remember the "You Must Survive," but I don't remember where I saw "We Will Meet Again." So I don't remember what video that was in. So that's kind of interesting. Why? So I have a couple questions. Like, why did the pencil lead break? Was he just so into his thoughts that it just broke? Was it just one of those moments? He unconsciously doodled the words onto the paper. Like, I know when I used to write, a lot for English and stuff, I would just type stuff and, let my subconscious do the typing about whatever it was I was typing. And then I'd slip my references in at the end about how it relates. Because, I go highlight my references and then, okay, I need to write about this, intertwine it with this, and then end it with this. And that would be, a paragraph, right? Or a section. And I would always just start typing and just kind of let my fingers do the work. And then I'd go back and read it. And I'd be like, okay, that's really good, but I just need to fix this here and here. And eventually it would be the whole essay would get done. And I wouldn't remember writing any of it. At all. But it would sound really good. So maybe that's the instance that happened right there. He said he folded the paper into a ball. How do you fold paper into a ball? Put it into your pocket and got up from the seat. Dust was everywhere again. When I put the table back, as I got ready to leave, I fogged up the window for breath and he wrote the words. It's so interesting. I hope that this could be a promise between us. So the promise between them is that they will meet again. But why are they growing up and moving away? Is it just the end of school? Writing too fast makes you push harder. That's true. I forgot about that. My hands hurt when I'm really focused on what I'm writing. It's hard to be relaxed when you're trying to do work, especially if it's during a test or something, or you have to write a lot. My hands tend to cramp up because I'm just pushing down or I'm gripping the pen too hard because I just don't want to lose track. Whatever that means. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, we're gonna move on to Jungkook. The 25th of June, year 20, I gently touched the piano keys with my fingertip, leaving my fingers smudged in the dust. As soft as I could, I pressed my fingers to the keys. The piano let out a sound different from the songs Young-yi would play. Young-yi has not been to school for 10 days. 10 days? June. Today I heard that he had been expelled. Namjoon and Hoseok didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything because I was too scared to hear the answer. How far is this from when Jin ratted on everybody? 20th of March. June. It's a few months. Couple months. Okay. 2 weeks ago, and Hoseok knows. He knew the answer, like he knew what the conversation was about between him and the principal, but he didn't say anything. And now Jungkook's like, Hoseok's not saying anything, Namjoon's not saying anything because Namjoon probably knew the whole time. 2 weeks ago, before the teacher had come to the secret location, there was only me and Young-yi here. There was an open inspection that day, and I didn't want to stay in class, so I ran here. When I came in, he didn't even look back, just played the piano as I lay on the desk to take a nap. In theory, Young-yi and the piano exist as two separate things, but it was hard to see them apart. And I can see that. That's actually a really cool statement, because it's almost like we see Young-yi in every shot we've ever seen him in a video. There's always been an instrument in the room with the exception of a few. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I've noticed that. So that is really, really interesting that he would say he couldn't imagine seeing them apart. But it's also really cool to think that Young-yi gave it up for a long period of time. So, when it felt as if the tears would soon fall, I hastily turned back. Wait, I skipped a part, my bad. I don't know why, but hearing his playing made me want to cry. When it felt as if the tears would soon fall, I hastily turned onto my back. Just then the door opened with an explosive bang. The piano music stopped. I was slapped so hard I fell to the ground. I huddled on the ground listening to the barrage of angry words thrown at me, only for it to suddenly stop. I turned and saw that Young-yi had punched the teacher back, then sheltered me with his whole body. Past his shoulders, I could see the anger on that teacher's face. That's crazy. Like, Young-yi strikes me as a fighter. Just from the images that we've seen in all the videos, he's always got some kind of rage. Like, the brooding aspect. Like, Young-yi is a straight brooder. And he always looks like he has something going on in the back of his mind. It's kind of weird. He's also associated with fire. Yeah, we've grasped that, especially after the story we read from the first notes that we read. That's nuts. That's nuts. And then we got the connection with the lighter too. That was interesting. So, but have you noticed that like Young-yi's always the one who's like ready to just throw down on sight, dude? Let's see. I pressed the piano keys again, trying to play a tune Young-yi used to play. Had he really been expelled? Will I ever see him again? He has said before that getting a beating was routine for him. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have hit the teacher. If it wasn't for me, Young-yi would still be here playing the piano. Him saying that he's been constantly beat over the course of his lifetime makes that fighting attitude, it makes sense. You know? That's so, oh yeah, so that's why he's so on guard all the time. That's why he's always looking like he's looking over his shoulder at every turn. And that also explains why he gets so mad when people like try to control him. So very, very unique. Very unique. Your brain moves faster than your fingers can write. Yeah, I'll believe that. Alright, so Young-yi, 25th of June, year 20. It's not far from... Oh, it's the same day. Okay. Young-yi says, I opened the door with a loud slam and took out the envelope from inside the last drawer of my desk. As I turned the envelope around, a piano key fell to the floor with a sound. I threw the half-burned piano key in the trash can and lay down on my bed. The emotions that were brought up hadn't simmered down yet. My breathing was a mess, and my fingers suddenly covered with singe. That's so like interesting that those two things. Notice how Jungkook played the key to try to make it sound like what Yoongi was doing, and then when Yoongi dropped the key, he heard the sound. So it's interesting. That makes me think of theories of like, I can't, like, it's like Interstellar. It's like Interstellar. Spoiler alert, if you guys have never seen Interstellar, there's a scene where Matthew McConaughey is in his bedroom and these books fall off of his bookshelf, right? And there's no explanation about it. There's no reason why. And then towards the end of the movie, we find out why that happened. And I feel like the relation is the same with this small paragraph I just read. But that would mean a lot of things. I'm not ready to say that that's what that is. No. Let's see. After the funeral, oh no, dude, his mom was in the fire. No. After the funeral ended, there was a time when I returned to that house of ash left behind from the fire. When I entered my mother's room, the piano was burnt to the point of non-recognition, caught my eye. Wait, is that why the piano was on fire in all the music videos? Is that what that was? Was that symbolism? I wonder. Interesting. Okay. I sank to the floor. It makes a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense. Like, what if... Because he set fire to the piano, right? He set fire to the piano. If we correlate this story with that image, the piano could be, like, representative of the house. Or the house could be representative of the piano. It could really work both ways. So, what's up, Barb? It's nice to see you. I don't know. That's weird. That's interesting. Little tidbits, man. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Let me pull this screen up, my bad. Okay. I sank to the floor. I sat there as the sunlight shone through the window. In the midst of the last glimmers of sunlight, a few keys rolled around. What kind of sound would I hear from these keys if I pressed on them? I thought about how many times my mother's fingers had touched them. From the pile of piano keys, I put one of them in my pocket and left the room. Was there a point in some video where there was a piano key in his pocket? I wonder... Well, what about the lighter always being white? What about the lighter always being white, like a piano key? I think fire represents the burning inside of his pain. He may have had emotional and physical pain, both beautiful and deadly at the same time. That's a good theory. Good theory. It's a real good one. Let's see. It had been 4 years since then, and the house was always quiet. The silence made people go crazy. After Dad went to sleep at 10 p.m., everything became increasingly quieter. It became suffocating. This was how everything functioned. I was tired because I had to live in such silence. I was tired because I had to follow a predetermined timetable. It wasn't simple to follow such a form. But what was significantly harder was living in that house. Taking pocket money from Dad, eating dinner with him, listening to his scoldings. Whenever I had an argument with him, I always considered abandoning him and running away from home to live by myself. I never had the courage to actually do it. I feel like as kids, we've all had that moment, you know, where you just think you could be better off elsewhere. You don't actually know what your parents are doing for you at the time. And it's not the same for everybody. Sometimes it's actually true. Sometimes sometimes the kids need to get away. But I can relate to this feeling in terms of when I would be mad at my parents, I would always want to go somewhere else. I just wanted to be somewhere else. No. No. I know it's a little painful, you guys, but we gotta get through this. We've only got 2 more sections after this, and then we'll be done with the notes, or this part of the notes, and I'll read the rest on my own time, so. Next part. I got up from my bed, picked up the piano key from the dustbin under my study desk. I opened the window, and the night breeze came in. The things that happened felt like a night breeze slapping me in the face. I used all my strength to throw the piano key into the cold air. It had been 10 days since I last went to school. Even if I didn't want to, I assumed that I'd be kicked out. I didn't know if it was because of my deteriorated hearing, and I didn't hear the sound of the piano key dropping to the ground. No matter how hard I tried to imagine it, I didn't know what the piano key dropping to the ground sounded like. No matter how much time passed, the piano would not make a sound again. I told myself I would never play the piano again. Ooh. So is this like the reason why he stopped playing? Because remember, like, I know a lot of you had said that, like, he had given up the piano or music in real life for quite some time and then found his way back to it. Not that this is, like, a true story or anything, but, like, could it be because something had happened in his life that was so bad or so overwhelming he just didn't feel like he could do it anymore? Like, or the piano keys not making sound could be symbolism for the fact that it just wasn't the same anymore for him? Could be a number of things. Alright. Seokjin, 17th of July, year 20. He abandoned piano multiple times, came back to it. First Love is a song about that relationship. Right, and we've done that, and I remember that story. But what was the drive mentally? Was it because he just didn't love it anymore at the time? Was it things were just so crazy in his life that he felt he couldn't do it anymore? Or was it a combination of the two? Is it both? Like, I have so many questions. So, let's see. Seokjin, 17th of July, year 20. As I stood at the entrance of the school, the sound of cicadas was stinging. The sports field was buzzing with children smiling, joking around, and running around competitively. Beginning of the summer holidays, everyone was terrifically buoyant. In the midst of them, I bowed my head and stepped past. I wanted to slink out of the school quickly. Now, if we remember, Seokjin has been, like, pretty much coiled into fear just being at school, essentially. Like, his dad was there, was squeezing his shoulder, the principal was intimidating. It's almost like he was afraid to mess up. He's afraid to be a kid, you know? Like, I can't, you know, the kids are out playing and having fun, I can't do that, I've got stuff I gotta take care of. It's really interesting. What's up, BRB? So, slinked out quickly. Jin, someone's shadow appeared. With a jump, I lifted my head. It was Hoseok and Jimin, like always, shining their big and pure smiles and watching me with their mischievous young eyes. You know, when your friends show up and they're just like, hey, you know, I see that in my head. So, it's holidays today, and you're just going to leave? Hoseok spoke, dragging my arm. I agreed, saying a couple of meaningless phrases before turning my head back. What's up, Ann? What's up, Alda? All y'all showing up at once. I like it. What had happened that day was definitely an accident. It had not been planned. I had not thought at the time in the storage classroom Jungkook and Yoongi would be there. The principal had a suspicion that I was defending my friends, and he said that he could say that I wasn't a good student. I had let down my father. I had to say something. I spoke of the hideout because I thought it would be empty. but Yoongi had gotten expelled. Nobody knew that I was involved. Oh no, dude. So does Jin think that he got him expelled? Or did he actually get him expelled? Not going to be so active because work starts soon? Alright, no worries. I wonder. Okay. Let's see. Nobody knew that I was involved. And I was right about that theory that he did it out of fear. He did it out of fear. What's up, Liv? How you doing? Spend your holidays well, Jin. I'll call you. However, he noticed my ignorance. Hosok furtively lets go of my hand and said goodbye, even more brightly. This time, too, I was not able to respond in any way. There was nothing I could say. As I came to the school gates, I remembered the first day at this school. We were late, and all were punished together, and so we were able to laugh. I ruined those times. So he feels guilty because he pretty much feels just like a snitch. So, which I guess I can. What are these messages here? Are these notes of notes? Oh, they're just comments. Okay. So he pretty much feels guilty for telling the principal, but I mean he did it to save his own butt, dude, and it's not like, I mean, if you how do you even deal with that? Like, it's like he could have got in trouble and he tried to save his friends by diverting the principal's attention, but it turns out that plan backfired on him and he got in trouble anyway. And so it's just like, oh, man, when a plan goes wrong, teacher came there because of, and he was expelled for protecting JK. Oh, yeah, because he punched him. That's a good eye, thank you. That's interesting. So, like, I guess I can kind of see, the story's kind of piecing itself together a little bit. I kind of assumed that that's why he had told the principal, but why didn't Hosok say anything when he overheard the conversation? Why didn't Namjoon say anything? Because I know Namjoon knew about it. Why else would he have that dumbfounded smile on his face? You know what I mean? Let's keep reading. Maybe we'll find out. So this is Hosok's entry. 15th of September, year 20. Jimin's mother paced back and forth in the emergency room after checking that the name on the head of the bed and the IV drop were properly placed. She brushed a strand of grass from Jimin's shoulder with one finger. I approached hesitantly, feeling that I should tell her why Jimin was in the emergency room. About the seizure at the bus stop, Jimin's mother seemed to notice me only then, and she looked at me with a long, evaluating gaze. Wait, so Jimin had a seizure? And he's in the hospital now? There's gotta be a reason that's not mentioned here. Why would he have a seizure? There's only a few things I know that would put people in the hospital with a seizure if it's not pre-existing condition. Oh. And then his mom, Jimin's mom being the mom, looking at him like maybe this is all your fault kind of gaze. Gotta hate that, man. Gotta hate that. So I didn't know what to do. I stood still. Jimin's mother only said, "Thank you." Oh, so she was thanking him. And then turned back to him. The next time Jimin's mother looked at me, the doctor and nurses started to move the bed, and I moved to follow him. Jimin's mother said thank you again and pushed at my shoulder. Rather than pushing, it was more like she touched me slightly and then pulled her hand away. But I suddenly felt an invisible line being drawn between Jimin's mother and myself. That line was sure and solid. It was cold and sturdy. It was a line that I could never surmount. Okay, so I'm kind of confused about his mother's intention, Jimin's mother's intentions now. Like, why would she be like that? the whole situation's messed up, mistakes misunderstood, adult manipulation, no parent support, the reality of many people, young and child. I feel like there's more going on in this story than just the boys. Like this is supposed to be almost like a drama. That, you know, when they talk about dramas, oh yeah, they tackled this and they focus on this, they bring up topics about this, it's cutting edge. Like I feel like that's what this whole thing is about. It's supposed to be this artistic piece that tackles all these important issues. So, okay, hold on. BRB, my friend is having a hard time, so I'm going to go text him. But then love you. Alright, Liv. Good luck. Okay, last part of it says, I had lived at the orphanage for 10 years. Something was off with my whole body, my sight, the air. In a moment of bewilderment, I took a step back and fell to the floor. Jimin's mother looked vacantly down at me. She was a small and beautiful person, but her shadow was large and cold. The shadow fell over me as I collapsed on the emergency room floor. When I lifted my head, Jimin's bed had left the emergency room and could no longer be seen. After that day, Jimin didn't come back to school. So why does he keep passing out? Why does he keep passing out? Because Hosok passed out before, right? J-Hope passed out before, right? Like, I'm not tripping. It wasn't somebody else. It was J-Hope, right? From what we read yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. I feel like he does pass out a lot. Is that a real thing? Does he pass out a lot? Or is that just a storyline thing? Don't tell me. Y'all just hang tight with me. See you later, Keith, buddy. Like, if I ask y'all a question, just answer it directly. Do not tell me anything extra. Like, that's my only request here tonight. So, it's only a storyline thing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I said after that day, Jimin didn't come back to school, and was it because something happened after he passed out? Or was it because of the mom? I wonder. It's a rhetorical question. It's just something to think about. Something to think about moving forward. That's interesting. So Jimin's got a shorter entry. 28th of September, year 20. This is relatively like a week or two after J-Hope's entry. So, Jimin doesn't have diagnosis for the seizure. J-Hope passes out. Okay. I stopped counting a few days after I was hospitalized. Counting was something you do when you wanted to get out. Counting was something you do when you thought there was hope for getting out. The trees and leaves far off outside the window still looked like a colorful painting. Due to this observation, I knew not that much time had passed. At most, a little more than a month could have passed. The medicine made everything boring and dull. Even so, today was a special day. The kind of day you'd have to write about in a diary. But I didn't have a diary. I didn't want to have any problems to write about anyway. The day I lied for the first time, I looked in the doctor's eyes and pretended to be gloomy. I don't remember a thing. Sounds like he's under observation. Due to this observation, it's right there. So he's under observation. Okay. He's under observation, but he doesn't want to leave wherever he's at, which I'm guessing is a hospital. Got to think about why you wouldn't want to leave a hospital. Could be addicted to drugs and just constantly wanting to get as many of them as you can, free food, all that stuff. As I say free, you pay for everything when you go to the hospital, but the meals, not having to be exposed to the outside world like you do in a normal day. There are some people, like if we compare prison to this scenario right here. There's some people that go back to prison because they take care of them in prison. It's like their home. It's called being institutionalized. It's like what they know. It's what they want. It's what they're used to. So, like, I wonder if that's the same concept he's going through. Doesn't have hope that he'll ever leave. Well, if he had hope that he was gonna leave, he would be looking forward to leaving. But if he didn't want to leave because of whatever reason, then it makes me wonder what the seizures were from. They couldn't have been. They had to have been self-induced. Like, why else would they hold him and observe him and him have those thoughts at the same time? Alright. Next piece. Jung-uk, 30th of September, year 20. This is 5 days later. Jung-uk, you're not still going you're not still going there, are you? I did not respond in any way. I stood, looking at my shoes. I was hit over the head with the attendance sheet, but I still did not open my mouth. It was the last place I had been in together with my friends. From the day I discovered the classroom, there has not been a day that I have not entered it. Even the others didn't know this. There were times they didn't even come, saying they had some activity or were busy with part-time work. Yoongi and Jin would sometimes not show up for days on end. But not me. I went to the classroom every day without fail. There were days in which not a single person came, but it was still fine. The fact that this place exists means that if not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the day after. My friends would come, so it was okay. So Jung-uk has hope. That's what that was symbolic of. He's hoping to see them there, and he's defying the rules in order to make that happen. So, sorry guys, my nose is itching. I apologize. See, because of you, because you hung out together, you only learned bad habits. I was hit once more. I raised my hands and stared the teacher down. I was hit again. I remember Yoongi getting hit. I grit my teeth and bore it. I did not want to lie and say I hadn't been to the classroom. So now that Yoongi's gone, Jung-uk's getting exposed to the brutality of what's going on within the school system right now. Jung-uk was so shy in the start, but became dependent on them. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. It's almost like he was shielded by the others. And then with them being like weeded out one by one, he's being left alone to be exposed to all this negativity. You answer all my questions in Swedish so you don't spoil it. Don't do that. Part 1 video, do you remember? Part 1 video of what? Caught in a lie. I'm kind of focusing more on this school aspect than the side things, the individual things. Like, I've made all the references and mentally to the solos, but I'm gonna have to see the videos again in order to like extract the moments and put it to the story. Does that make sense? But I'm definitely grasping the mentality of each individual character through reading these. It puts me in the scene, essentially. So, this is just, if it weren't so like enigmatic, like a riddle, then this would be a lot easier. But at the same time, I can admire the fact that they're making you work for the true like depth of trying to understand what these videos and these songs are about. So, just doesn't have hope that he'll ever leave because he's been hospitalized so many times. He was in and out of the hospital since childhood, but this time his mother didn't want to let him go out. And I can see that. Like, you're just going to keep ending up there as mom, being a mom, whether or not you're a strict mom or not, you don't want to see your kids suffer. But if it's nothing she can do about it, then the only way to make him better in her eyes is probably to keep him there. So now I stand in front of it once again. Wait, what did he say? I did not want to lie and say I hadn't been to the classroom. Now I stand in front of it once again. I feel like if I opened the door, my friends would be inside. That they'd be gathering, playing a game, turn to look at me, and ask why I was so late. Seokjin and Namjoon would be reading, Taeyoung would be playing games, Yoongi playing the piano, and Hoseok and Jimin would be dancing, but as I open the door, all I see is Hoseok. He is packing away our remaining items in the classroom. I clutched the door handle just standing there. He came over to me and wrapped his arm around my shoulder and took me outside. Let's go now. Behind our backs, the classroom door shut. I realized it then. Those days were gone, and they would not come again. So he's kind of growing up and seeing the reality. And boy, is reality harsh. And you think about how the room in and of itself is like a time machine. Even though no one's there, when you think about the room and you go into the room, you have those memories and they just take you back. And I still do that to this day. Like, there's a house that I grew up in, right? I didn't grow up there. Like, I didn't live there, but I was there all the time at my friend's house. And it became our main hangout spot. If we all wanted to hang out, we went over to this guy's house because it was huge. And we had free run of the place pretty much. And that was where we wanted to be on the weekends, man. We had a blast there. We would play video games, play guitar, just watch movies. It was a hangout. And it's been years since I've been there. But every time I go back to my mom and dad's house, I will drive by that house and I will just look at it from outside. You know, I'll cruise past it and just kind of remember. And for that moment, dude, I'm like 15 or 16 again. So, even though it's changed so much. Will you do recapitulation live? What does that mean? Recapitulation? Capitulation? The BU only gets worse from here. So much pain, so much sadness. Notes definitely help with their characters, but have to agree they give a lot of new questions, but in the end they help with understanding the story. Oh, a recap. Will I do a recap? Yes, I will be working on a video recap. That's the project I'm going to be working on. We're doing these notes so that, actually, let me slip this in here because of its time frame. We're doing these notes for the fundraiser that we're doing. I wasn't going to do all this by myself, but I felt like this was a good opportunity to, you know, help raise money for the fundraiser. At the same time, we could do something interesting, something that you guys would be interested in. And you guys can help me with, as I very rarely ask for your guys' help in terms of deciphering things. I ask a lot of questions, but I very rarely, like, you know, try to depend on anybody else. I like to do things myself, so I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to see stuff a little bit easier than I would if it were just me doing a lot of research, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it very much so. But that's going to end the notes for tonight. We will be back tomorrow with the rest of them. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and I'm going to hang out for a few minutes before I jump off of here. So, what did you guys think? Let me get y'all's opinion. What did you guys think? I know y'all know, but, like, did y'all learn anything or have any questions after the fact? So, what do you think, guys? Because I feel like we're learning a little bit more, but we still got a long way to go. Does that make sense? We're piecing some things together, but we're not there yet. Oh. It's been over a year since you read the notes. It's nice to hear them again. I think it's interesting. The stories get really good. Oh. Story's getting really good. I'm starting to have a lot of questions like, dude, what is going on? This culture they're living in. You know, like it's crazy how intense. You know what I mean? It's crazy how intense oh, that makes sense. Okay. It's crazy how intense the situation is getting with the strictness of the world around them and it affecting their childhood and stuff. Like you wouldn't think, you know? You wouldn't think. The fact that kids have to go through this on a daily basis is actually very sad. Sorry, the screen's moving. I'm messing with some stuff. There we go. Some of your questions will be answered in the webtoon. I'm just excited to see how you react to it all, because when I read the BU for the first time, I was shook. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I've been excited for a while, but that's good to know. At least I won't have to, like, sit and wonder forever, you know what I mean? Move me over here. Enjoyed listening to you read them and hearing your thoughts. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. Hey! I know what this means, right? Alright, I appreciate that, Minkin. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. We're getting close to about halfway. We got a little bit to go, but we're making some progress, you guys. We got about 3 more days, so really, really appreciate that. Then my programs are acting up, so I was all delayed in my speech. Min Kim got that top spot. Let me move your name in the right place, Min Kim. Oh. Make it a little bit smaller. There we go. The box. Oh yeah, got your name on screen and everything. Awesome. Many of my questions will be answered, not just some. Music videos show the friendship versus individual hardships, but the notes show you more. That's fair. A good statement. I say that's pretty fair. The webtoon was an OMG, it's true moment when reading it. Oh god, don't do that to me. The notes part 2 on the way. Yeah, I know. I've been reading Twitter. It's been all over the place. Yeah, they're releasing the second book of the notes soon, and I'm excited. So think about this, guys. By the time that comes out, we hopefully will be caught up with most of everything we need to be caught up with to just jump right into the next part. That's my goal. So I want to experience something with you guys instead of just like being behind all the time. So let's see. Been trying to recap the story this week. Since we've had new Smeraldo updates, I still often feel confused, but I think most of it I get where it's going. I think there's always going to be questions. You know, that's what theory videos are for, and I'm good at understanding and I can decipher, but I'm nowhere near the quality that like DK or Celeste do. And you know, because we've seen one of each of their videos before in the early days when we were doing on, but I mean, how much more sense is it going to make now when we go back and do a rewatch? And then, like, what else are we going to see that we didn't see before? So, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. It's going to be an interesting ride. It'll be an interesting ride. Excited for my reading. Dude, when we do the note, or the webtoon, it's going to be crazy. Like, I don't even know what I'm in for. I'm just ready to read it. So, Sure you'll be able to catch up in time. Single in August is only the beginning of a comeback. You'll hopefully be ready by the time their full album releases later. We'll see. It depends on how fast they move. Everybody's got a lot of free time right now, so there's a possibility it could be a really quick release. Especially since they're trying to make everybody happy and relieve some of the stress from the world. They understand what it's like. So, you never know. You never know. But definitely a great read tonight. Definitely a great read. I feel like each and every one of those stories, like, we could understand them fairly easily. You know what I mean? I'm still upset at Jin. I no love lost or anything, but it's like I've been in that spot, and man, you don't know what to do. It's like, do you get in trouble and face the danger at home, or do you get in trouble, or do you like not get in trouble and risk getting the danger from school and at home? You know what I mean? You stick up for your buddies and risk getting caught to get in trouble both ways, or do you take the easy way out and just, you know, I guess there's a risk of the same thing happening in both scenarios, so it's almost like, what do you do? You know, it's got to be a confusing situation. So, it's an interesting plot. When the webtoon came out, people could put it on YouTube. It got blocked, so we are all gonna have to see how to do it. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. I mean, at the very least, I can read it. You know, so. He goes through hell because of that choice. We'll see. I can imagine it's got to be grief-stricken. But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. We've been on for about an hour or so, and we went through that section. I will be back tomorrow night. Maybe. I don't know what time I'm going to be up, but if things change, I will let you guys know on Twitter, but I plan on being here tomorrow night to go over the next piece. And I appreciate y'all being here with me and listening to me talk with my monotone voice, and I appreciate everything you guys do for me and helping me out with this, and I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Can't wait to read the next piece and see where we go from there. And I'm gonna go ahead, guys, if you guys want to donate after the fact, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link in the description, but I'm also going to that's not it, it's a new link. Where did that come from? Yeah, don't pay attention to that last link I put down. That's a video. Let me delete that. Moderate, move. Okay. Some of you got to see the new video I put out for Patreon. I'm sorry. That's what that link was. Some of y'all want to donate. The link is in the description. You guys go ahead and donate for me if you can. If you can't, it's okay. I love you all. And let's see what we can do for the rest of this week. I will be back very soon with the next piece, and y'all have a great rest of the night. Love you guys.